Welcome to the Mushroom Cult Agar series. In this video we're going to talk about cleaning up a spore inoculation that we did that has some contamination in it. This video is designed to give you some ideas on how to do that cleanup and also give you an interesting opportunity where you can do a commentary on my procedure. Watch for the note cards that say start your commentary and end your commentary and record your own commentary over my work. The idea is that you can be critical of what I'm doing and point out flaws and errors as well as good techniques. The idea would be to help the community who's watching, not just to be a troll, but I'll accept any entry. All you need to participate is perhaps a cell phone that has the ability to record an MP3 recording and a quiet place for you to watch the video. Turn the audio all the way off so that you don't have any feedback in your recording, and start talking as soon as you see the note card to say start your commentary. You can submit it to my email, mushroomcultpro@gmail.com, and I'll be collecting those until January 25th, and then I will choose which one offers the best value for the community. I hope you all participate. You can see here we have a plate that I inoculated during the December 8th class, and it shows that we have a region of spores up on the top that have germinated, and in the center we have 3 colonies of mold that have germinated a little bit before the spores. I was about to throw this out, but I did promise that I would post an update from the class. The question is, what do we do with this plate now that it has contamination and we know that it has something that we want? The spores have germinated. If you were in class, you may remember this setup where I had a still air box with a spore print inside and some clean agar plates that were ready to inoculate. I had the inoculation loop and a flame, and we went through the procedure of getting some of the spores and smudging them across the agar plate. Here's a close-up picture of the chestnut spores that I just took the sterile inoculation loop and scooped up some of the spores from this print and wiped them on this plate. So this was done on December 8th, and a few days later I noticed 3 colonies right in the center. I got excited. They were white, but then they quickly developed this blue spore. I almost gave up on it, almost didn't post it, a little disappointed, but then this morning on the 16th I noticed a lot of little colonies along the edge. That was where I first put spores, and I tried to spread them across the plate, but obviously wasn't very successful with that. But I did get some individual colonies, so I'm pretty excited about that. The problem is that mold is one of the most difficult contaminants because the spores will easily spread. So I'm going to demonstrate how I try to rescue this. If you're participating in the commentary contest, get ready. We're going to be throwing that slide up that says start your commentary. I would appreciate if you could keep your language family friendly, but that won't disqualify you if you are not. We're going for valuable content. Ready, get set, start your commentary. I'm going to start by describing my workspace. This is just my bathroom. I've cleaned it top to bottom with rubbing alcohol and prepared everything. I put every item where I want it to be so that I don't have to do a lot of crossing of your hands. I'm not using a still air box because I feel like open air is a little bit easier. It's not necessarily what I recommend or what I teach in the classes. First, I'm really carefully holding this plate to try to get the tape off without disturbing the spores. Doing it very slowly, trying to avoid jerking motions. Carefully placing it down so that I don't disturb the spores that are in there. I've already used alcohol, so I'm just going to get ahead and get going. I'm going to open my blade like a banana and get it on my handle. Getting trash out of my work zone, and I'm going to get started. I'm opening the lid farthest from the mold very slowly, and I'm cutting a sample of the germinated spores farthest from the mold in hopes that they haven't reached that region. Looks like I'm struggling a little bit, but I got a piece. Carefully closing the lid. Inoculation 1. I'll label that one number 1. And later I will give an update on what number 1, 2, 3, and 4 look like. Heat sterilizing my blade. Be cooling my blade in a clean plate so that I'm not going to be disturbing any kind of contamination or causing any explosions in my dirty plate that I'm about to go to. I'm going to try for a second inoculation. Cutting my sample out, and looks like I didn't cut all the corners, so I'm struggling to get my piece out. There, I got it. Into plate number 2 that will be labeled number 2. Heat sterilizing. This torch is way faster and way hotter than an alcohol burner, so I need to cool it off in my destination plate. Again, so I don't cause an explosion in my dirty plate. Carefully lifting the lid. I'm not setting the lid down. Slow, short movements. And putting this on plate that will be labeled number 3. And I was trying to get some of that agar off, but the blade popped off from the torch deforming the metal. So I'll have to put on a new blade. This is why I had more than one blade set aside, just in case. Put that blade on. We're going for round 4. If you have a laminar flow hood, I wouldn't recommend using the laminar flow hood while there are sporulating molds, because you'll be blowing that all over your laboratory. It'd be better to just do it in a still air box or in still air room, open air. So there was inoculation number 4. And stop your commentary. So here's the plate at the end. I took samples far away from the spores. They're a little bit sloppy, but you can see basically where I was taking them from a little easier than during the video. So if you're doing the commentary contest, send your audio commentaries to mushroomcultpro@gmail.com. The best commentary will be added to the demonstration section in between the 2 stop and start cards. Your video must be in MP3 format and no longer than 4 minutes and 20 seconds, so it'll fit between the 2 start and stop cards. Your submissions are due by January 25th, and the idea is to get critical and pick it apart, as well as point out things that went well and things that were not planned out very well. Visit mushroomcult.net, join the cult, start a culture. I'd love to hear your comments. Talk to you later.